Hello, is anybody with me? Just move that down a bit more so that we can see. Let me find myself on the iPad. I'll see if anybody's with me. Aha. There I am. Hi Carol, hi Despina. Oh, no, that went the wrong way. Hi Jackie. Right, that was a bit of a rush tonight. My sister and brother-in-law had just popped round and it's like, I need you to go by 2:15 because I'm doing a live. See, I've done my nails for you, look. Bit of a speed application. Oh. Hi, Anne. Oh, we're having a new bathroom fitted, so it's... Hi, Chrissy. It's bedlam here. It's been really noisy. My craft room is right next to the bathroom, so it's been really noisy. I don't know if Jean will find us tonight. Hi, Melanie. Chrissy, do you know if Jean's able to find us? Hi, Dawn. Another Carol. And Sue. What do you think to the creative packs then? Nice, aren't they? Hi, Heather. Hi, Paula. Nice, aren't they? Did you watch Phil on Hachanda? Don't know whether it's my camera that's wonky. It probably is. I'm not going to touch it. She can't find it, Chrissy. Oh, it's a shame, isn't it? I don't know what's going on with Facebook. They're making it really difficult for people. I know Phil said on Monday night that he was thinking of going over to just YouTube, but then that limits it for everybody, doesn't it? I am. Yeah, I know other people do, Chrissy, so I'm not quite sure. Hi, Georgine. Hope you and Carol are behaving. Hi, Karen. So we're going to be having fun with the creative packs, and as you can see, we're going to be playing with the vintage rust. I didn't think this was my cup of tea when I first got it. Oh, I better just make sure that everybody can hear me okay. Right, that's probably worth mentioning to others. 3 of the paper pads. Oh, that's a good idea, Doreen. So are you gonna mix them all up? Hi, David. Right, yeah. If a tablet is out of date, Chrissy, you struggle with any up-to-date technology. Maybe worth telling her that if she searches for me and clicks on my picture. Hi, Karen. You're making mugs. What are you making mugs out of, Georgine? No problem, Karen, that's fine. I was just saying I've had to kick my sister and brother-in-law out because they came round for a cuppa. And it's like, no, you've got to go by 6:45 because I'm doing a live. I know, it's the waiting, isn't it? You can't do YouTube either. Yeah. It's really difficult to know what's the best, isn't it? Because some people do Facebook, some people do YouTube. But if you can't get into the lives on Facebook, I don't know. Technology. What would we do without it? Oh, right. Use some of the toppers. I'd love to see what it turns out like, Doreen. Please share it with us. A mug out of card. Not sure how watertight that will be. Although, I guess if you coat it, it could be okay. No worries, Chrissy. Oh, sorry to hear that, Rose. Nice. Look at me flicking my nails. Must stop doing it. Right, let's get going. It's 5 past. So, as I said, we're going to be playing with the Vintage Rust Creative Pack. And I didn't think this was my cup of tea, and I really struggled with the first one. But I think I was trying to make them too difficult. And I think if you look at it, they are very dark, so you have to put things on it that lighten it up, whether it's the card that you're putting it on or the embellishments that you're putting on it. But once I got that mentality into my head, then the next 2 cards that I made, got the hot air balloon stamp. Yeah, very much so. These papers work very well with the cog dies and a lot of other things that Phil's got, and they work very well with the new Ornate Circle embossing folder. Hi, Gordon. Or is that Phil in disguise? Thought you'd sneak in, didn't you? Yeah, it works very well with the Ornate Circles. I don't know whether you can see that without any glare on it. So this is one of the new 3D embossing folders. So we're using that with it tonight. And I'm also using the lots of cogs. Of course, these will go with it really, really well. And I'm also using the stitched torn squares. So I don't know whether you watched my live on, let me see if I can find it, where we did this card. So I've sort of worked on the same sort of theory doing this, but adapted it to use the steampunk pack, the Vintage Rust pack. So we're sort of working on this basis, but different. So let's have a quick flick through these, because they've all got, I'm going to call it ephemera. They've got the cogs and the banners and the circles. And if you look through Phil's dies, there are dies within the various packs that will fit them or go just inside or just outside. And Ilona has done a video on it, if you look on her YouTube channel. And she's talked through what fits and an easy way to cut them out. Just reading what people are saying. So yeah, you can find them, and a lot of the shapes are very easy to cut out. If you're not good at fussy cutting, they're just straight lines. And these, they're straight lines and just a V cut out of them. There's nothing difficult. And if you don't want the shape on the top, just cut straight across. Make it easy for yourselves. And I think Ilona was saying that the oval dies, I don't know which set they're in, I think it's the sunflower one. The ovals in Phil's dies are narrower, but they will still cut an oval out of the shape. But these are really simple to cut out, and it's amazing what you can do with all the bits. So that's the ephemera. And once I've cut all of mine out, here it is, I stick them in a wallet so that I can just take them out and they're all cut up and they're ready to go. I even cut the piece of card that we need for tonight. Oops, and this is the frame that I'm left with. So I'll use that on another piece, and I love using all of my different offcuts and sticking them together on a card and then die cutting from it. I know some of you can't be bothered to do that, but that's just what I love. So I've only cut one set of my ephemera out so far, so I've still got one to stroke. So I'll just give you a quick flick through the papers. In the 8x8 paper pack, you've got various different designs, some different, some the same as the creative pack. Right, you found me on your PC. Hi, Jane. Yeah, I was talking to Karen the day after, or Thursday, was it this morning? Oh, I don't know. And she said that they were really, really busy. Oh, it was after Phil's live on Monday night, so it was Tuesday morning. And she said that they'd been really, really busy. So the 8x8 paper pack has got the plain ones to go with it. They're like a, it's not a texture to it, but it's like a linen design. Yeah, there you go. Been packing non-stop for 3 days. And you've got the patterned papers, which are, the creative pack are just slightly bigger than 8x8. And obviously the paper pack is 8x8. And you've got the little bits that you cut off the bottom, which is great for your tags. So let's put those to one side. I got my mucky board out tonight. Not got my clean one. Such a rush. Ah, right. What homework have you been doing? English? Maths? If it was craft, that would have been a really easy one to do, wouldn't it? I'm just having a slurp of my drink, sorry. The next box kit comes out next month. Yeah, I think it's April that it comes out. Ah, right. I wouldn't have been any good with that then, Emma. Right, so the card that we're starting off with tonight, we're starting off with Ice White card. And I like my big cards, not as big as Phil's. So this is one piece at 21 by 21 centimetres, and another one which is 21 by 22.5. And on the, you've not missed anything, Deirdre? I wonder, Julie, I wonder what the theme will be. Obviously, I already know because I've done my samples. But I'm not going to tell you. So the 21 by 22.5 along the 22.5 centimetre side, score at 1.5, and that will create a hinge that we can stick onto there. So I'm just using PVA glue, Phil's PVA glue, adding it to the hinge, and then we'll stick it to the other piece of card. Put the lid on my glue. Put that onto there. Make sure it's level. And put it, give it a rub over And there we go. We've got our card base. Ah, brilliant. He takes after you then, Emma. Right, so on the card base, we're going to use one of the pattern papers. And this one I've cut to 20 by 20 centimetres, and this is from the 8 by 8 paper pack. So you could edge round the outside of this, but I'm not going to with this piece. We're just going to stick this straight onto the card base. So adding the glue all the way round. You get such a fine application of glue using this. All right. I'm busy reading your messages or your comments. Right, so there we've got that stuck flat onto there. So then the next piece is 17 by 17, and this is from Ice White card as well, and this one I've put on foam tape, and this one we're actually going to go round the edge of this. You haven't missed much, Nina. No, I've only just stuck the card base on. So this one I'm going to use Weathered Wood Distress Oxide and the finger dauber, and I'm going to edge round the edge of this. So it just gives a little bit of definition and just takes away the stark edge. It will sort of merge into the paper underneath, but at least it gives you the definition of this one. So did anybody see the shows on Wednesday? Don't know whether I've just lost your comments or nobody's... Oh, you did, Nina. And Julie. Yeah, I watched them in fits and starts because I had to take my mum to hospital. Well, the ambulance had to take her to hospital and I went with her, but luckily she's home again. Right, so I'll just take the backing off these. Yeah, I think Karen's going to be putting something on our Facebook group to say what, I think somebody asked what cards go, what card colours go with them. So we've given her all of the card that we used, but as you can see with this one, the Weathered Wood goes nicely with that blue. But if you want to use your Distress Oxides, I make swatches, so you can put the swatches up against the card and you can see. Yeah, we can let you know as well, Karen, can't we, what inks we used. Right, so we've got that on there and that's raised up on foam tape. And what are we doing next? What I've done with this is I've stuck a piece of the pattern paper from the Creative Pack. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a slurp. That's the dust in the back of my throat again. So this piece, I've cut the paper to 14 by 14 and I've stuck it to a piece of ice white card because obviously I'm going to have layers on top of this. So although the paper is robust in itself to do flowers and the cogs, I just wanted it a little bit more sturdy. So I then used the stitch torn squares to cut it out. So you can see it's got a jagged edge on the side of it. And the one that I've used is 1, 2, 3, 4. I count from the outside. So it's number 4 die that I used to cut this out. So that again is on foam tape. So let's take that off there. These are just so easy to take off. And obviously with putting things on top, I didn't want to use glue gel because otherwise it'd squish it down. So we're putting that on there like that. Right, now we are going to, I've cut, look at this, there. I've got them all laid out and ready to go. I've just stuck them with repositionable tape so that I know what goes where. I've cut some of the, these are die cuts, so I've cut some of the cogs from hot chocolate. Where is it? Where's it gone? Where's my hot chocolate? Ah, there it is. So I've used the hot chocolate luster card. You can see there, it looks really, really nice. And cut some of the cogs out. And the other cogs, I've cut out one of the plain papers. So I've stuck that down so that I know what order they're going to go in. And now I'm going to add them to the card. I'll add the corner ones first so then I can space them out. So I'm going to add them flat to the card just to give a little bit more interest. I thought that was a good idea at the time, sticking them down, but there we go. I will use my repositionable tape again. So I'm just going to add the PVA glue, and this is the plain paper one, and they're going to tuck underneath, so you may need to just cut away part of it so that it will fit underneath. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can see it. So I'm going to stick the other corner one in, so take a bit off there. I'm just taking the slightest piece off so that it slots underneath. Add glue to that. And wipe that bit off. And that slots underneath that corner. Let's take a bit more of my repositionable tape off. Oops. Interesting. It's just making it, I don't know, making it more my style, I guess. Because I'm not into steampunk. So, yeah, just trying to make it more my style. And I thought the card that we did before was a really good basis to start from. Alright, so let's cut a little bit off this one so that it goes underneath. Which dies am I using? Let me just put this one in place and then I'll bring the dies out and show you, Ruth. So slide under there so you can see we've gone opposite corners. So with the hot chocolate, and then I will do the pattern paper over there. So the dies that I'm using are the lots of cogs. And you can see I've used the ones that are turned over. I don't know whether there's any of these that are in stock, but I think I did hear Phil saying that he's doing some more cog dies. So, I haven't seen anything. It is nice, Julie. And for men's cards, I'm always stuck, so it's nice to get a few cards in my box ready for them when they come up. Right, so we're now going to start filling in the sides. So I'm going to do alternate pattern paper and the luster card. So try and do this as quickly as I can, and I'm going to try and make some go under a little bit more, some stick out a little bit more. Yeah, hospital is the right place to be, isn't it? It's just, ugh, A&E yesterday was just awful. I was sat next to a prison officer with a prisoner with him. So, you see all sorts, don't you? And I guess they get ill just the same as we do. Oops. Right, just keep adding these around the edge. Yeah, I hope your stay in hospital isn't too long, Rose. Like everybody says, speedy recovery. Just got some... Oh no, I thought that was foam tape sticking out, but it's not. So just keep going round and adding all of these as we go. Some sticking out further than others. No, it wasn't a murderer. Obviously, they're handcuffed. He'd bought drugs into the UK from Poland and got caught. I love people watching, so I sat myself in a corner. I'd got my earbud in, watching Phil's show, waiting to see Mum. And you just hear things, don't you? Hi, Helen. Yeah, roll on the weekend, eh? Right. So you could do them in mirror card, but I tried to pick out the colours that were in the pattern paper. Just hold that down. Right, nearly finished, and then on to the next bit. So Phil has all of his flowers, and then I've got all of the cogs. Just trim that one down a little bit. Last one. There we go. So I'll bring it up to show you. Put the lid on my glue. So you can see now that we've got all of the cogs stuck round the outside. Hi, Karen. So they're all stuck down and they match the colours that are in there. Right, let's get on with the next bit. So the next bit is the strip that we're going to put in the middle. And as I said earlier, I've used, oh dear, they look so dimensional. Although that's a flat layer, it actually looks like you've got the shade that makes them look higher and lower. They're really good, aren't they, Helen? Oh, you're back, are you, Doreen? Bless him. So we've used the Ornate Circle embossing folder. It makes it look really 3D. Yes, it does, Heather, doesn't it? Yeah, I think with having the light and the dark as well, it adds to it because the chocolate luster card makes it look as though it's standing up and these are further down, doesn't it? Yeah, I've fallen in love with them. So I've cut this strip to 13 by 5 centimetres and I've embossed it with the Ornate Circle. Now you can use this two ways. Let's see if I can take that. No, I can't. So the right way is actually what I've used as the wrong side. So this is the wrong side. I'll wait to see. Thank you, Melanie. So you can see here that this just gives like petal shapes, and that's the one that I'm using as the right side. So you've got a bonus, you've got them 3D, but you've also got double-sided. So that's 13 by 5, and this is the ice white card. And I'm just going to edge this again with the Weathered Wood Distress Oxide. That's okay, Chrissy. See you again another day. Hope you enjoy it on catch up. So you've got a bonus with the folders because you can use the right side or the wrong side, at least with this one. And with the others, I'm sure I just haven't looked at the wrong side. I suppose I could because I've got some sat here. Bear with me. So yeah, this is the Daisy Cascade. That's the right side. And the Daisy one on the other side, where it's the debossed, looks just as good, doesn't it? I know, Etch-a-Sketch was really good, wasn't it? So that's the right side. That's the embossed side, and that's the debossed side. And that's the Daisy Cascade. And this one is the Ornate Circles. So I can show you the right side, and then against this one, and that's the wrong side, or not the wrong side, the other side. So two totally different looks. And I haven't got the other one here, so I can't show you that one, I'm afraid. So we'll carry on going around the edge of this one. There we go, and that's the Weathered Wood Distress Oxide. And this one, again, I've put on foam tape, so let's get the back taken off there. And this is going to go in the middle of the pattern paper strip. So I'm just going to bring it towards me for a second. It won't match the edges completely, but with it being raised up, it doesn't actually matter that much. So what we're going to do now is we are going to do the... Oh, you'll have to, yeah, you'll have to put one on your wish list, Liz. So we're going to do a sentiment to go across the middle. So for that, I need my stamping platform. So let's bring that in. Running out of room. And for this one, I'm going to use the Ticket-Tastic 2, and it's the Essentials set. And I'm going to use the Happy Birthday out of this one. I know they're gorgeous, aren't they? Let's find a little bit of card that fits. Does that one fit? Yeah, probably too small. Let's find another one. I'm just trying to find a piece of card for my sentiment. Come on, come on, come on. I've got a box of bits at the side of me and I can't find a piece of card. Right, I'll use this one. So I will put that on there. I'm going to put it in the middle because I'm going to die cut it out. If you had previously inked it and you knew it was dirty, I'd put my acetate down, put my stamp on top, and then you can move your acetate about. But I think mine was fairly clean. Pick it up and then take your acetate out. And what I'm going to use to stamp is the VersaFine Claire Nocturne. Hi, Caroline. No tea or cookies again this week. Wow. So let's get this inked up. Light taps. And stamp it down. Just wait for it to, the ink to soak into the card. Has she put you in detention again, Caroline? I hear you're making mugs tonight. Caroline and Georgine get together on a Thursday night and have a craft night. But last week and this week, Caroline's been late. Right, okay. So what I'm going to show you with this is a different way to use your dies. So I'm going to bring in my Cuttlebug. Let me go around the other side. I've got to go and pick it up, and hopefully this will fit under nicely. I've had this years. And what I'm going to use for this is the Elegant Islets, and it's the DL dies. And I'm going to use the second one in from the middle. Oops, knock them all over the place. And as you can see, that doesn't actually fit it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the die fit. So I'm going to put it on there and put a little bit of repositionable tape on there. So we'll cut that out, and as you can see, the die goes over there. Oh, I've had this since when I started crafting, Heather, and it's just been such a workhorse. You've been put in the garden. Oh, bless you. Right, get them off there, because otherwise they will mark the bottom of the card. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that out, get rid of all those bits. that is going on the floor, but I will hoover it. And I'm just gonna bang those on there. And what you can do is you work out where, let me bring it up to show you. You can actually put it along and you can feel where the cuts, where the die fits into the slots. And once it fits into the slots, you can, I'm trying to do this underneath my camera, which is here, so I haven't got much room. Put some repositionable tape on it and put it back through again, and then you've got a die cut. Don't go all the way, just go covering the first little bit, and then you have, there you go, a die cut that is the right size for your sentiment. Clever, isn't it? So not only can you use your 3D embossing folders both sides, you can alter the length of your dies as well now to fit your sentiments. So we're in a win-win with all of the products, aren't we? So now we've got that, and it fits it, but it came from a die that was longer. So we've just made it fit our sentiment. Fab. So I'm going to layer that up onto hot chocolate. It makes so many dies a lot more usable. It certainly does. Because we want our products to do more for us, don't we? Right, so I'm going to put that onto foam tape. Is that going to fit? No, of course it's not going to fit. So let me cut a bit off that one. There we go. Use those bits later. Take the backing off these and leave a nice border around there, and then we can cut this out. There we go. We'll cut around there, and that's a few more bits for Ron. So we're going to put this across the middle of our card. So we just want the glue in the middle. I'll show, yeah, we'll raise it up. So I'll put some glue gel in the middle of this one because it's the top layer. I think I need a new one of these. It's nearly finished. So just add the glue gel on here. So it wants to be a bit higher at the ends because obviously it's got another layer to go. So I'll build that up. There we go. Oops. There we go. I think I'll take that off because it's hurting my fingers. Right, take our tweezers and fit it across the middle there. Press it down a little bit. So you can see then we've got it raised up, but we've got the double. It does, doesn't it, Emma? You can see we've got the double layer of glue gel underneath. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Right, so now what we're going to do is embellish it with some cogs. Now, I've done some of the cogs here and I've put glossy accents on them. And a good tip with glossy accents, I don't know whether I've got a spare cog here, I could show you. Let me see if I can find one in here. Bear with me just whilst I have a rustle. Have I got one? Have I got one? I haven't. I'll probably just show you on a piece of card. What have I got? I'll show you on this embossing piece. So with your glossy accents, yes, it does sew. So you put it down. It's blocked up again. I was only using it earlier. I have a long like hat pin that I use. So if you put the nozzle directly on the card, it stops a lot of air bubbles. No, it's still blocked up. So if you apply it with the nozzle directly on the card, when it comes out, you're not adding more air. Oh, it's really got blocked up. I only did my cogs earlier. Right. No, it's not going to work. One more try and then I'll give up. No, I'm going to give up. So what you do is you apply it on your card like this so that you're not adding bubbles with raising it up and putting it on. So you keep it down and just spread it round your work, and if you get any bubbles in it, you can just use a pin to pop them. There you go. It would have been better if I'd have been able to show you, but it's got blocked up, so apologies for that. So the cogs we're going to add at the top here, and we'll raise them up. Obviously we've put in the glossy accents onto the papers. It has made them warp a little bit, but they're not fully dry. And then we will put a little one here. They look so nice when they've got glossy accents on them, don't they? Yeah, I put quite a bit on these, so I'll choose a lighter one there. No, I don't think it shows up. So you can see here I've got bubbles in them, but when the glossy accents is wet, you can put a pin in them and pop them. And then we'll use, what should we use? One of these. So we'll put those on with glue gel. I think I'll get myself another cocktail stick. That one's a bit gunged up. Oh, thanks, Karen. Karen. So we don't need much on here. Just need to raise it up just a tiny bit. I think we'll have the big ones raised up and the other one so that we can add more dimension to it. There we go. Is that what? Let me put my glue top back on. So this one we're going to have raised up. And this one we're going to have raised up. See, I've gone for opposite corners again. Oh, thanks, Heather. So these we're going to put on with PVA glue. And because we're putting them onto an embossing folder, we just need to put a bit more glue on so that it sticks, because you've got some height there with the embossing. So we'll put that one flat. Now then, something else There you go. You can see all of the depth that we've got on that. There's, how many layers is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high. So not as high as Phil does. And what I've done with the bits that have come out the middle of the cogs that we've cut round here is I've shaped them. I don't know whether anybody uses, what's it called, candy? You used to be able to buy bags of different coloured candy that I think they were called, and they were domed. Whether you can see that there, that it's domed up. And I'm going to use a ball tool and just go round and round and round, and you can see it makes them go like in a cup shape or in a bowl shape. So if you do that with all of them, I did some previously, we can then use some of the card candy. That's it, Jackie. You're welcome, David. You threw all yours away, did you, Deirdre? Well, now you can make your own with using Phil's card and the papers. So all we're going to do with these, I think we'll use the lighter ones in the brown. So all I'm going to do is put glue gel in the middle, and then I'm going to put it in the middle of the cogs and press it down. And there you can see you've got a domed centre. The white ones you coloured to match your projects. Yes, you could do, Jackie. You used to be able to get white ones, didn't you? So I don't think I'm going to use the chocolate ones on these. I might use that. But I'll put some more of the lighter ones. So you don't need much glue gel. That's probably too much. So put it in the middle of that one. And I'll add some more. So when you're doing your glossy accents, you can do a bulk lot. I did about half a dozen when I did mine this morning, so that it was dry, ready to show you tonight. So these are just the holes that came out, or the circles that came out the middle of the cogs when we cut them. So these make a nice centre to them and alternating the colours. So where else can we go? We'll go there. What have we got? One there. Put one in the corner of this one, and then I think we'll call that it. I think that's too much. You just know when you've got too much on there, don't you? And that's not enough. There we go. And we'll put that on there. And there you go. You've got some of these bits. What would they look like? Now, I think it's too much to do every one, but I think every now and again it's nice to have them. So I've got some more of those to use that I've got shaped up. And there, oh no, we haven't finished. Then I remembered I've got a scan cut. Yeah, that would make it easy, wouldn't it? You can colour them with alcohol pens. If you've got Phil's alcohol pens, then that would be really good, wouldn't it? And I'm just going to finish off with some gold gems. You can. The only thing with card candy were they came in big packs of one colour, and you could never get the right colour to match your project, could you? So like you say, if you got white ones, it was good. But now you can make your own. And put a little one in there. And a little one in there. There we go. And that's finished the card. So that was along the basis of the other one that I made. But it's changed it into a mail card and using the new creative pack. There we go. I'll pick that up. You can see the sparkle on the, or the shimmer on the glossy accents. So you've got the die cut cogs round the outside. You've also got our homemade candy that we've shaped in the centre of some of the cogs in the corner that we've raised up with glue gel. And I think that adds a bit more of an element to it, doesn't it? And then you've got your die cutting that we made to fit our sentiments. So we no longer have to find a sentiment that fits it. We cut it to our own length. And an embossing folder that we used the wrong side. There you go, alternative crafting tonight. So I hope you can give them a go when you get your packs home. Oh, thank you, Sue. Thanks, Heather. Loads of bought embellishments. But now make your own. Yeah, so much better when you can make your own, isn't it? Thank you, Leslie. Well, Ruth, I think Phil said that he was doing more die cogs. I don't know when, but this is something that you'll probably have to... Oh, you've been allowed in the house now, have you, Carol Ann? You don't have to sit and freeze outside. There you go. That's the card for tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining me. And, oh, when will you start getting your packs through the door? Oh, don't know. Looking forward to seeing all of your creations once you get them home. Thank you very much for joining me. And I will see you in the group, or I will see you on the live with Phil on Monday night. Thank you for joining me. Bye.